know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it, if he owns the bus,
see, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
So, sorry, that was all of the clip right there from Iyanla Vanzant. If I pronounced her name right, y'all know what time it is. If you guys don't know who that was Eboni K. Williams, who's a reality star. She's also an attorney who served down there, I think, for the Attorney General somewhere in Louisiana. She's also been on these different reality shows and things like that, made appearances on different talk shows, and she's been married. She's 39 years old now, but from my research, she got married when she was 27 years old and was only married for 10 months. So she held herself accountable for her actions. She said it was all her fault why she got divorced. It was a shit marriage. She placed blame on herself, whether that meant that she was cheating, but she basically just said she wasn't doing the things that a wife should be doing at the end of the day. This is a common conversation that comes up about women not wanting to date men that are just average Joe Blow, whatever. Now, I know in certain cities, a bus driver, depending on what type of bus driver, can make some decent money. But for the most part, bus drivers are looked at as blue collar, low income professions. And in the case of this young lady, Eboni K. Williams, I know y'all guys don't want me to call her young. She's 39, right? She's an accomplished woman, an attorney who's making some good money. So she's like, if he owns the bus, I'll deal with them. But that sounds like more of a status thing. What if he owns the bus but still makes the same amount? Some of you guys would say that's impossible. But that's what it is for some women, is it's a status thing. Now, on the flip side of it, we'll talk about what Iyanla Vanzant was saying. And for those of you who know, she was an attorney as well, public defender, I believe. She has a background in that before she got into the capacity of a therapist counselor. She says as long as he likes what he's doing, he treats her right, he has a good family, things like that. A lot of the things that women complain about that they don't get, especially for a man who is hardworking and makes a lot of money and he's not able to provide those things and may be toxic. She was quiet at first. As long as he owns the bus, I'm fine with it, but I'm not about to be working for some blue collar man when I'm making X amount of money, which basically equates to a status situation. Now, me, I'm a firm believer, and I'm not saying it can't work, but I'm a firm believer about whoever is the breadwinner is who is going to have the respect and who's in charge of the family. And naturally, a man is going to be the breadwinner, or supposed to be the breadwinner. If a woman is paying all the bills and a man isn't, then there's an issue. So let's just say she's used to a certain lifestyle, right? And we can say, JR, that's irrelevant. But let's just say she's used to a certain lifestyle. And she comes across a man who's not able to provide that lifestyle. That means she would be introducing him to the lifestyle, which some people don't have an issue with, which I can see that working for a lot of people. But some women aren't just about to downgrade their lifestyle to be with a man or bring him up unless there's seriously some things she can't do without. And this tends to happen a lot with celebrities who do get with men. You had people like Whitney Houston, you had Jennifer Lopez, you had Janet Jackson, you had a lot of these, Britney Spears, you have a lot of these entertainers who got with men who made far less than them. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it was other things that they saw in these men. And I'm not saying all women are about money, but If you're reaching a certain age and the men that you have been dating, it's the same BS, then maybe you need to try something different. And especially you younger ladies who aren't celebrities and aren't making a ton of money. Maybe you need to try something different. It doesn't mean that you need to be paying all the bills around the house. And like she said, sitting around playing video games. The guy is doing that. No. As a man, I'm a traditionalist. I firmly believe that men should be able to take care of the household. Anything outside of that, if she wants to be in your life, then she can take care of. If she wants this extravagant purse, this bag, then you'll have to go and get it. My responsibility to you is to take care of you and the children and the household and everything. And if you choose not to work, then that's what it is. That's my thoughts on it. Women with her ideology, a lot of times, they may end up alone. And I think that's what Iyanla was getting at. You're probably just going to end up alone if this is the type of man that you're after. Because if you keep striking out, and she might just be after her career. She's 39 years old. She had a bad taste in her 20s, had a failed marriage that only lasts 10 months. And she's probably just like, I don't want to go through that again. I'm used to the money I got. I'm cool with dating every now and then. I'm in the spotlight. I made it. And I really don't care. And a lot of women are really opting out. But I think the question wasn't so much, would you marry a man, but would you date a man like that? So money, unfortunately, money has become this thing where your position in life equates to who you are as a person. And that's one of the worst things ever. You can have money and have the worst character. Doesn't mean you have good character. Doesn't mean that you can treat a person right. Doesn't mean you're a good lover. But society has trained women that, hey, that's what you need to look at a lot of times. Some women don't care about that. Some women don't mind taking care of a man as long as he's able to fulfill those things. But whenever a woman takes care of a man, she ends up not respecting him at all. She ends up despising him at the end of the day. And he'll end up feeling like less of a man. Just my thoughts. I could be off. I could be wrong. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about this situation? Do you think she's wrong for that? There's a video that I will cover in reference to Sway Lee. He's an artist that's part of the group Ray Shrimmer, whatever you want to call it. I can't pronounce that either. But his girlfriend left him for a bus driver. Or a truck driver, for lack of a better term. But maybe he owned the trucks. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts, helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. And that's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah. 50 Cent. 50. Part 2. Bring it back. Yeah. Can't forget Tony. 50. UK.